is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Thursday, April 13th, 2023. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. As you can see, we're trying something a little different today as I'm actually on camera. I'm not opposed to being on camera, but when it comes to editing, it's just much easier to do it when you don't have to worry about lighting and camera positioning, and you can just focus on what's on the screen. So we're gonna give this a shot today. I think it's something we'll keep doing moving forward, and I'm always trying to evolve and make my videos and my content a little better each and every single day. So with that being said, we're going to kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's plays, and then we're jumping right into today's plays. So if you like the way that sounds, stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, click the notification icon. It truly means a ton in helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. And without further delay, let's jump into those plays from yesterday. All right, looking at our plays from yesterday, we had a really good day yesterday, actually. I mean, I say actually because it wasn't looking all that great to start off. I mean, Bregman and Tucker kind of whiffed on their first at bats, and then Sonny Gray took a little while to get going. But overall, it was a really good day. I mean, let's go through this together. So Sonny Gray, we had him over strikeouts. He pushes his strikeouts. Now, I have a question about this. So whether or not to consider this a win, it's definitely not a loss because he didn't go over his strikeouts. However, how would you consider a push in your slips? Would you consider that a win or a loss? Because it doesn't technically go under, and it doesn't ruin your slips. And so that's how I'm looking at it from my view. Is it's not a loss, but it's not a win. A true win is over. So I don't want to really count that as a loss and count that against, you know, the plays that we picked. He pushed. It was a flat number, and he met the expectation. He just didn't exceed it. So Sonny Gray finishes the day with 5 strikeouts. We would have liked 6 from him. And then Bregman comes through, has a monster day, home run, multiple RBIs, multiple hit game for him. Kind of worked in the opposite way, where I thought Tucker would be doing all that, driving Bregman in. Unfortunately, Tucker just couldn't get it going yesterday. He had, I believe, 4 or 5 at bats, and just couldn't get it done. Yesterday, he finished the day with 1 total base. We needed 2. He hooked us. And then Nolan Arenado, we had him over 0.5 RBI, which just was a super low number in my opinion. Comes back to Coors Field for the first time this season in this series. First time being back in Coors Field. And hits a home run and then knocks it out the park, and then we're good to go. So Nolan Arenado actually comes through on two props for us. He goes over his RBI prop, and he actually goes over that home run prop that we created yesterday, as he was our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. So overall, a 3-in-1 day yesterday, or a 2-in-1 day yesterday, however you want to look at it. If you want to look at that Sonny Gray as like it's a push, it doesn't count. Or if you're one of the players who looks at that as a win because it's technically not an under. Either way, we had a really good day yesterday. We're going to look to capitalize on that momentum. So let us transition back to the Prizepicks board and talk about a few plays that I like for today. All right, I got 3 plays that I want to talk about in today's video. 2 of them you see already on the screen. Let's first start talking about a pitcher strikeout prop. I like the 6 pitcher strikeout prop for Jeffrey Springs versus the Boston Red Sox. Let's head on over to props.cash and find out why. All right, over on props.cash, we got a couple of things working for us here with this prop. Number 1, Red Sox come in ranked number 10th in the MLB, strikeouts versus left-handed pitching, 24.5% whiff rate versus lefties on the year. That's good for us. Number 2, Jeffrey Springs in his first 2 starts has been dealing 19 total strikeouts in 2 starts. Now, I don't see him always getting 12 strikeouts, but I mean, if his floor is going to be 6, 7 strikeouts, that works really well for me. Over on props.cash, his line is also set to 6.5. It's only at 6 on Prizepicks, so I'm not sure if this is going to get bumped up at some point. I don't believe it will. It's currently minus 108 to go over, minus 135 on the under. So a couple of things working for us in this regard, you know, and I just think Jeffrey Springs is in a really good spot to keep doing what this Tampa Bay staff has been doing to the Red Sox. You have McClanahan account for 9 strikeouts in his 1 start. You had Jalen Beeks come in and pitch like an inning, I think, inning and a half, whatever, and he struck out 2 batters. So 2 strikeouts for Jalen Beeks in limited time. Tampa Bay's got some strong pitchers in that staff. So I like the over on this one. I think 6 is a good number. If this were to get bumped up to 6.5, I wouldn't like it as much. So hopefully it stays at 6 and we can lock that one in. Give me the over on Jeffrey Springs, 6 pitcher strikeouts. All right, and for play number 2, let's talk about Ramon Urias versus the Oakland Athletics today. I like his prop of 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's head back to props.cash and dig into this a little bit more. All right, so lineups have not been confirmed yet, but we should see Ramon Urias hit like 7th or 8th, 6th or something like that in this lineup today. Looking at what he's been doing over his last 3 games, he's gone 3 straight games with 2 or more, or 2, exactly 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, you know, baseball is a game of slumps and streaks, and so when we see a player in a hot streak, we want to go ahead and jump on that until it's no longer a hot streak. So I think that's what we're going to do today with this prop. Minus 130 to go over, which are really nice odds. Another positive that we want to talk about is the right-handed batting numbers for Urias. Last year in 2022, he saw 314 plate appearances versus righties, drove in 23 extra base hits, and then also 12 of those extra base hits were home runs. So he's hitting for power, he's hitting for average, he's hitting for ISO, he's hitting for extra base hits. That's exactly what we want in today's game. And so I like all this, the way it looks for him. No plate experience versus Euler or Aller today, but he should definitely get at least 3 plate appearances today in this matchup. He's been getting roughly 4 all season, so 4, 5 would be great. The more opportunities, the better. So I like all that for Ramon Urias today versus Aller and the Oakland Athletics. He'll be our second play of the day. And for play number 3, this is going to be our third and fourth play, actually. So we're going to go with a hitter fantasy score. We're going to go right back to the Baltimore Orioles and Oakland Athletics game. And we're going to talk about Ryan Mountcastle, 7.5 hitter fantasy score. I like the over on this one because he's also our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Let's head on back to props.cash and take a look at this. All right, so checking this out on props.cash, the first thing that I noticed was the odds for a home run for Mountcastle. At 310 to go over, minus 475 to go under. Some of the lowest odds I saw on the board today. On the season, Mountcastle has hit 3 home runs. He's in a nice little groove right now. 2 home runs in the last 3 games. Hopefully he can make it 3 home runs in the last 4 games today. Now, this all looks good, but we like his fantasy score as well. So another prop that I was looking at was his hits, home runs, and RBIs. Minus 135 to go over here. So it's possible he gets you 1 hit and 1 RBI today. That might be a solo shot there. But even if he gets on base with like a double and then he drives in a run, there's 8 fantasy points right there. Or excuse me, 7 fantasy points. There are a lot of ways we can construct his fantasy score. But the odds for the home run look so good. It makes me feel like he can easily get this hitter fantasy score done with a home run and check both of those boxes today. His history versus Aller is really good. Very small sample size, but in 3 plate appearances, he has a 667 batting average, a 2,000 slugging percentage, and 2 home runs with 4 RBI. So in 3 plate appearances, he's gone yard twice in those plate appearances, driving in 4 RBIs. The other plate appearance, he may have struck out, or he may have grounded out, or whatever. Last season, Mountcastle versus right-handed pitching, wasn't a great year for him last year. It wasn't a great season for him last year overall. Still very young and new to the league, but we're seeing him grow and seeing him kind of progress before our very eyes in 2023. So I don't want to put a ton of stock into these numbers, but 17 home runs against righties last year versus 5 against lefties last year. So still a really good split for Ryan Mountcastle today. I like the over on his fantasy score, and we're going to go ahead and take the over on his home run today. So let's go ahead and recap quickly the 3 plays that we talked about, technically 4 plays that we talked about in today's video. We got the over on Jeffrey Springs, 6 strikeouts versus the Red Sox. We got the over on 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Ramon Urias. And then we have Ryan Mountcastle over 7.5 hitter fantasy score, as well as 1 home run on the day, as he is our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel and checking this video out. And as always, thank you all so much for all the continued support, the likes, the subs, the comments. It truly means a ton in helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Drop a comment below letting me know what you think about these picks that we talked about in today's video. Do you like them? Do you love them, hate them, or do you want to leave them alone? Also, let me know who you have your eyes on that Prizepicks board today. And best of luck to you all today, tonight, and until tomorrow's MLB Player Props Prizepicks video. Chavez is